Naperville Sports Weekly is brought to you by presenting sponsor, BMO Harris Bank.
It was a massive week for sports in the Naperville area, and everyone is in their postseason. We venture from regionals through some sectionals and then state, which is exactly where we're going to begin our journey. We went down to the Blue Oval at Eastern Illinois for the girls' state track meet last week, and we head back to that same location to watch the boys teams run fast and turn left. On to the first track race of the day and the longest relay, the 4x800. Neuqua Valley, with one of the fastest qualifying times in the prelims, are running with Chris Keeley, Nicholas Dovolowski, Michael Mattial, and Michael O'Connor. Naperville Central near the front the whole race with Seth Klein-Collins out first, followed by Patrick Julian and Thomas Cotto. St. Charles East with the lead going into the final handoff. Cotto pulls Central into second and hands off to Michigan-bound senior Thomas Shogalis, who begins to run down the leader, Charles Murphy. In the final 150 meters, Shogalis uses his strong kick to the finish, crossing the finish line first, the time of 7:45.03, to secure the state championship for the Redhawks 4x800 relay. Neuqua Valley's all-state as well after finishing 7th. Mattia Valley also makes the finals in the 4x200 meter relay with Eden Sweeney, Temi Osaba Marino, Nicola Merrick, and Virgil Stewart. Homewood Flossmoor, Oak Park River Forest, and Crete Monique go 1, 2, 3 in the relay, while the Mustangs finish 8th, an all-state performance for the relay team. In the 800 meters, Thomas Shogalis of Naperville Central hopes to finish his outstanding career on a high note. It's anyone's race at the 400-meter halfway point, as Shogalis lurks in the middle of the pack. Just like the 4x800, Shogalis with a great kick to finish the race, passing up Will O'Brien from Glenbard West and Raymond Lacey from Bloom. Shogalis is a 2-time state champion after taking the 800 meters. We now take a step back and go to the beginning of the postseason with softball. A few of our teams made it to the regional final round, hoping to extend their season to sectionals. 3A regional final action at Bennett Academy with the 5th-seeded hosts playing against 2-seed Fenwick. Megan Sorenko gets the start, facing off against Alyssa Stramalia. We pick up action in the bottom of the 3rd. Megan Sorenko on her game in this inning, getting Elena Vaccaro swinging to keep the game scoreless. Bottom of the 4th now, Bennett's defense in the field stands strong as Grace Fajardo gets the grounder at 3rd and tags up before throwing to 1st to get Tess Legaitis to end the inning. Bottom of 5 with Cassandra Lee up with runners at 1 and 2. She smacks a double to left field to bring in Gia LaRucci safely, while Fenwick teammate Elena Vaccaro gets caught at home. Fenwick up 1-0 at the end of 5. Still the 6th inning, and the Friars just seem to be getting started, up 4-0 now. Bases loaded, and Rachel Martinez singles to center, bringing home Sierra Herbert and Gia LaRucci. Bennett wouldn't be able to muster anything in the 7th as Fenwick takes home the regional plaque and moves on to sectionals.
Well, we were just trying to stay as positive as we can, don't get down on each other, just kind of keep the energy up, not low, so.
Naperville North hosting a softball regional against East Aurora. The Huskies hold the 13th seed while the Tomcats hold 19th, battling it out in the quarterfinal game. Camila Chelich on the mound for the Huskies, and she got right to work. Top of the 1st, and she grabs 2 strikeouts en route to a 1-2-3 inning for the sophomore. Chelich, hoping her team can help her cause in the bottom of the 1st. Runner on 1st, and Emma Johans lays down the bunt and beats out the throw. East Aurora makes an error, and Iberger gets from 1st all the way to home thanks to some heads-up base running. North leads 1-0. Still the bottom of the 3rd, runners in scoring position for Chelich. She does them both a favor and lifts one to left field, bringing in Johans and Van Sickle for the Huskies to go up 3-0. Bottom of the 5th, and the Husky offense really starting to show off as they score 6 runs in the inning, including this single to left by Kendall Ketziora, bringing in Allison Arnold. At the end of the 5th, North leads 9-0. Huskies trying to end it before 7. It helps they have runners in scoring position. Sarah Smith hits a sac fly to left to bring in Natalia Wagner, hitting 10 runs to end the game. North advances to play Downers Grove North.
It's a lot more easygoing. I don't have to put my 2,000% into it. I can count on myself to make a mistake and I'm oh, okay, that's fine.
We stay on the mound, just flip fields. Baseball's also in the regional final action, hoping to reach the sectionals. Neuqua Valley is back in the regional title game as the 1 seed after defeating Bolingbrook 10-1. They send Jake Caraba to the mound, facing off against regional host Hinsdale Central. Top of the first with 2 away, make that 3 after Caraba strikes out Ethan Harris, swinging to end the first with no runs. Bottom of the second now, Justin Blaze extends the ball into orbit for a moonshot. One of the few home runs to travel over the Red Monster and beyond. Neuqua up 1-0. Bases loaded in the bottom of the 6th for Neuqua now. Mike Gould slices one to center, bringing in Mitch Rojas. 5-1 Caps now. Same inning, 6-1 now, or make that 8-1 after Ethan Schreier hits a 2-run single to center. Next batter up is Nolan Clifford, and he ropes an RBI double down the line to help Neuqua put this game on ice, winning their 4th straight regional title 10-1. They would move on to play Plainfield North.
We're smart hitters, we take good at bats. We hit the fastball well, but we also hit the off-speed well. We're not going to swing at a bunch of bad pitches, but it's going to happen occasionally. We're a good team offensively.
Naperville Central facing off against regional hosts Plainfield Central for the regional final showdown. Winner advances to sectionals. Bottom of the first, Plainfield Central's Jake Donahue cracks a leadoff home run to left center, putting the Wildcats up 1-0. Now it's Central's turn to crack a home run over the center field fence. Nathan Brinker hits a 2-run homer to tie the game up at 2 in the top of the second. Same inning, Sam Honar at the plate with runners at 2 and 3. He hits a single to center, bringing in Danny Hughes and Dino Biggers. Central leads 4-2 now. We've got some deep hitting going on in this game. Top of the 4th, Naperville Central trailing by 1. Jared Stechevitz singles to the outfield to bring in Sam Honar, cutting Plainfield's lead to 1. Central still trailing in the bottom of the 6th. Jack Landish swinging for the fences. Hits it deep into right field. Looks like it's going over the fence until it isn't. Joe Wooten robs the home run to keep Central in the game. But Plainfield Central was just destined for greatness at this point. They get a few more runs in the bottom of the 6th and 7th to cap off their win over the Redhawks, 10-7.
This team is really good up and down Plainfield Central, and we battled with them. Just a couple balls here and there didn't fall for us and fell for them, so it was really tough. But really proud of this group of kids. We really worked back from a 6-23 record and made it to a regional championship for the 2nd year in a row because we just wouldn't give up. So I'm really proud of this team and all the seniors especially leading the way for us.
Oh, you're cash only?
Yes, there's an ATM next door.
Right, but the fees.
Actually, with the BMO Harris Smart Advantage account, you don't pay fees at over 40,000 ATMs nationwide.
Surely there's a monthly fee. The universe is connected by monthly fees.
Not if you go with paperless statements. And in this universe, there's no minimum balance either.
My wisdom rock, you should have it.
Oh, I already got one.
Whoa.
That feeling you get when you can bank without fees? That's the BMO effect.
Shop downtown Naperville this spring with over 100 shops from national favorites to one-of-a-kind boutiques, plus over 50 restaurants and health and beauty options too. Downtown Naperville is the premier shopping destination in the western suburbs. And don't forget about Downtown Naperville gift cards. They make a perfect gift for every occasion. Come shop, dine, stay, and have fun in downtown Naperville.
The next step after taking down regionals is moving on to sectionals. Bennett Academy girls soccer heads into their sectional final, facing off against St. Ignatius. A clash of titans arrives on the field at Nazareth. St. Ignatius enters outscoring its opponents 19-1 through 3 games, but somehow it's not as impressive as top-seeded Bennett Academy's 29-0 scoring margin. This one's for the sectional championship, so you know the teams will bring it. And that includes Jamie Cybolka, who outraces her defender to the corner before queuing up Cami Pika. The junior chips it in from there to open the scoring 12 minutes into the game, and Bennett has the edge. Shade under 12 minutes to go in regulation, and the Wolfpack desperate for a goal. Rachel Ryan isn't feeling the pressure. She sneaks her way through the Red Wings defense and sends in a laser for the equalizer. And the game's all tied up at 1. Game remains 1-1 as 100 minutes isn't enough to settle this one. After the Wolfpack gets one to go, Bennett's third attempt also sneaks in, Mia Ulmer giving BA a 3-1 edge. So it's down to this one stop of Franzen, and that's it. Franzen stops 4 PKs in extra time and sends her team onto the Super Sectional. Bennett wins a thriller and earns the right to hoist the sectional plaque. Up next, Fenwick.
For a minute I did, but it really takes a full team effort to keep us into the game. And I really thought we had it, but sometimes it just doesn't work out the way that you want, but in the end we won. And that's all that matters.
Naperville North girls soccer looking to follow in the boys' footsteps from the fall and make it to the state tournament. Next game they have to cross off their list, the sectional final at East Aurora, facing off against DVC rivals Waubonsee Valley. Early in the first half, Waubonesee's Grace Setter just isn't able to get enough on the header to find the back of the net. Scoreboard stays empty. After a Waubonsee penalty, North's Leah Shoemate has a free kick from 20 yards out. She's able to bend it in the bottom corner to put the Huskies on the board. Still 1-0, Huskies on the attack looking to double their lead. Emily McGee rips one from 25 yards out, and it just sails over the net. Moments later, and North's persistence pays off. Leading goal scorer Hannah Martin finds herself one-on-one with the keeper and nets it, putting North up 2-0. Time winding down in the game, and the Warriors still looking to cut into North's lead. Unfortunately for the Green, they couldn't get it going on offense as this shot sails wide. And North goes on to take home the sectional plaque, winning 3-0. They advance to the Super Sectional against Minooka.
Last game we played Waubonsee, I scored on a free kick too, and I placed it the other way. So this time I just went other side. And
Like I said at the beginning of the show, it's all about the playoffs. Neuqua Valley Boys Volleyball got second in state last year. Now we see if another Naperville area team can qualify for the big dance again this year. Downers Grove South and Neuqua Valley gathering at Hinsdale South for a sectional semifinal boys volleyball game. Neuqua defeated Bolingbrook while Hinsdale defeated Mattia Valley to get here. We start exactly where we're supposed to start, opening point, and Neuqua's Kevin Calling sets up Gabe Sharosh, who finds an opening to put the Cats up 1-0. Little double team action to end the first set. Neuqua on set point, and Jeremy Cardenas and Kevin Calling get up at the net for the block. Neuqua takes set 1, 25-20. Set 2, Downers Grove leading by 1. Jeremy Cardenas' first kill attempt is blocked, but he gets the second one to go to tie the game up at 10. Later in the set, the Mustangs trying to push to a third. An illegal hit gives DGS a point to put them in the lead 17-15. But Neuqua battling back, only wanting to play 2, and the Cats put up a crazy rally. Neuqua's Carson Gentry comes up with an awesome dig to keep the point alive. Then, after a couple attempts and blocks, Sharosh is able to finally get one to go, Cats up 24-22. Match point now for the Cats. Downers Grove comes up with power behind their attempt, only for it to bounce outside the lines for Neuqua to take the 2-set victory, 25-20, 25-22. They play in the sectional final on Tuesday against Hinsdale Central. Regional final action with boys volleyball, and the state runner-ups, Neuqua Valley, holds the 2 seed and face off against Bolingbrook, who sit in the 10 seed spot. The winner advances to sectionals. But the 2 seed Wildcats aren't phased. Tom Blankenshine forces an error on Brooke to tie things up later in set 1 at 18. Neuqua with the lead, and they look to hold on to it nearing the end of set 1. Jeremy Cardenas gets set up nicely and absolutely pounds one. Cats up 22-20. Bolingbrook trailing by 3, and they desperately need a comeback. Rico Wardlow comes to the rescue, and he flies in to get the kill, cutting the Cats' lead to 2. Set 1, game point for Nequa. Jack Young and Kevin Collin come up with a huge block to take the first set 25-21. On to set 2, and it's more of the same. Nequa domination. Jeremy Cardenas unloads another one for the Cats to keep the lead 16-13. The state runner-ups were ready for the fight tonight as they close out the second set with a Raider error. The Wildcats move on to play Downers Grove South in the sectional semifinals.
Welcome to Business Connection. I'm Liz Spencer.
Business Connection is really good PR for us to get our names out there because we're new.
1 year later, my business has increased tremendously this year, so I really appreciate that I had the opportunity to interview on Business Connection.
So tell me a little bit about your law firm.
I talked to some friends. They said it was great for their business, and so I did it, and it was great. I've seen a lot of calls, emails, gotten a lot of traction on Facebook.
I actually have one client. The reason he agreed to meet with me was because he watched the video on the website. That right there made it worth doing, and so I recommend it to people all the time that if they don't have a video, they need to do a video, and they need to do it with the NCTV 17.
All the school finals are done, but our sectional finals are just beginning. The Naperville North Huskies made it all the way to state last year, and now we see who of our teams tries to follow in their footsteps, beginning in the sectional finals.
Sectional final at Geneva. This game features a pair of high-powered offenses, with Nequa Valley turning to the dynamic duo of Ben Foy and Caden Perry, while South Elgin has an offensive juggernaut and 100-point scorer in Cade Newton. Under 5 to play in the first quarter, Ben Foy gets a nice pick from Perry, and then he bounces the shot past Stolpa, and the Wildcats are rolling. Final seconds of the first, Ben Foy drives and kicks it out to Caden Perry, who sends a missile into the back of the net. Wildcats lead 4-0 heading to the second. Wildcats don't let up in the second quarter. Ben Schink drives and flings it to Dan Curtis right in front of the net, and that's just the start of a big game for him. Dan Curtis is back at it shortly after. He undresses a trio of defenders and bounces the shot into the back of the net. Wildcats take an 8-2 lead into halftime. Nequa is just pouring it on now. Sam Schink drives and flips it to Curtis, who goes with the behind-the-back no-look goal. It's an 11-goal game in the fourth. Sam Schink with the dish to Matt Quinn for his second goal. Quinn says that's a wrap, and he's right. The Wildcats take home the sectional championship for the second straight season and move on to face Barrington in the Super Sectional.
Well, the entire game, our faceoff guy, Eddie McDonald, was winning every faceoff, giving us possession, so we were able to build up a momentum, and we were just hitting our shots and getting good looks, and they couldn't stop us.
Sectional final showdown at Glenbard West with the Hilltoppers hosting Naperville North. Glenbard defeated Bennett Academy in the sectional semifinals to get to this game, while the Huskies won 7-1 over York. With 4 minutes left in the first, North is the first to strike. The Huskies pass around the horn until Grant Pass gets the ball and heads in. He fires and finds Twine to put the Huskies up 1-0. But just 30 seconds later, GBW knocks the game up at 1 as Josh Crosby whips one just above Jake Allgood's shoulder. To the fourth and final stanza, and Glenbard West putting this game on ice. Crosby gets his 5th goal of the game past Allgood. It's 13-4 now. Crosby showing those keeping track at home that he's notched 5 goals. Colin Kaiser gets a goal with time winding down in the fourth, but unfortunately that would be the last Husky goal of the season, and Glenbard West walks away with a big victory, 14-5. They advance to the Super Sectionals against the Lincoln Way Co-op on Tuesday.
It's been a ride, going 18-3 on the season, I believe.
I mean, we lost to a really quality team, and they're going to go far. Could easily see them in the Final Four, if not the championship. Beyond proud of everyone on our team and what we've accomplished this year, being undefeated at home, and all the accolades like DVC champions.
It's the same story for girls lacrosse. Our teams are eager to get their names onto the IHSA website as state champions. But the first step is sectionals.
Sectional final for girls lacrosse, and it's the third meeting this season between Neuqua Valley and Naperville North. The Wildcats won both regular season meetings, while the Huskies ended the Wildcats season in this game last year. A couple seconds remaining in the half, Lauren Reitzel bounces the shot past Katie Sabika at the buzzer. Neuqua holds a 7-5 lead at the break. The Huskies have to get something going in the second half. Audrey Johnson does it all herself, going right into the teeth of the defense to cut the Neuqua lead to 1. Wildcats up 11-10 with 3 minutes to go, but the Huskies won't go away quietly. Kate Burrett drives, spins by a defender, and scores for the equalizer. That's the 5th goal of the game for Burrett. 2.5 to play, still tied at 11. Caroline Perkins is determined to go to the super sectional, and she splits a pair of defenders and fires in the go-ahead goal. Final minute. Ella Marshitz with a penalty shot, but she waits too long to shoot, and the Wildcats pounce on it. That sends Neuqua to the super sectionals against the St. Charles Co-op.
You know, at the end of the game, I was praying a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, but my team was there for me, and I knew if they were there for me, I could be there for them too.
Naperville Central and the Valley head to Glenbard West for their third meeting this season. However, the stakes can't be any higher as the postseason begins. The Valley wins the opening faceoff and goes to work. Audra Thompson gets into the slot and scores to put the Valley up 1-0. It's a 3-0 game now. However, the Red Hawks are looking for a spark. Alexi Romanelli goes right by a pair of defenders and fires a shot, but it is saved by Alexandra Collins. She launches the rock downfield, and Reagan Kelso scores in transition to put the Valley up 4-0. 10-0 in the final minute of the half. Off a restart, Ellie Freese finds the back of the net to put the Red Hawks on the board. However, they trail by 9 at the break. 15-6 now, and the Red Hawks draw another penalty shot. Ellie Freese capitalizes this time, but the comeback attempt started too late. Audrey Erler passes inside to Audra Thompson for the goal. The Valley plays another DVC rival in Naperville North in the sectional semifinals.
I feel pretty good about the game. We really did well working as a team to get those goals. We fell off a little bit in the second half, but we won some draws and got it back.
Boys Play of the Week, and we've had a lot of postseason baseball the last few days. So let's add some more, shall we? Neuqua Valley back in the regional title game as the 1 seed, and Justin Blazek wasn't ready for his season to end just yet. He opens up scoring with an absolute bomb over the giant red monster in left field for the moonshot home run. That ball is definitely in orbit after that shot, going over the wall and beyond, over 400 feet at least. The Wildcats went on to win their 4th straight regional crown, and we can assume that Blazek got the rally going, which earns him this week's Play of the Week.
The Daily Herald, the biggest suburban newspaper, has covered Naperville since 1990. Whether you're at home, at work, or on the way, the Daily Herald offers the full digital experience. Print, online, daily email alerts, and prep sports newsletters. We'll keep you in the know with news, sports, and of course, your neighbors. The Daily Herald, suburban Chicago's information source.
We tell everybody's stories big and small. Everybody's story matters to us, and it comes in a variety of shapes and sizes, and that's what makes it so special. We don't always need a big story. Sometimes we want a story that makes us laugh. Sometimes we want a story that we relate to. Sometimes we want to cry with that story. But more importantly, we want to hear the stories about our people in the community.
Mattia Valley football is under new direction this year, and this spring they look for new prospective players as well by hosting a camp for kids not yet in high school. Kevin Jackman hit the gridiron with the Mustangs to see just how promising the younger generations are. Presented by Edward Medical Group.
This is an incredible way to get kids on our campus and just getting to know them, creating that relationship, to make sure that they understand that this is a great place and it's going to be a great place to play.
John Parpet is the new sheriff in town, just the third head football coach in Mattia Valley's history. And he's getting to look at the next herd of Mustangs thanks to a flag football camp run in conjunction with the Wheatland Athletic Association.
I spoke to the kids afterwards and I was telling them that there are some really, really good players, and just to make sure that they keep playing, sign up for our camps, make sure they come to games.
And the next wave of talent is being coached in part by the current roster at Mattia.
It's fun to be here and see the upcoming guys and see what talent we got here and what we need to work on.
Jake Pauline is ticketed for his sophomore season at Mattia and is helping alongside many of his teammates, including Balin Og, a soon-to-be junior. The volunteering exercise has plenty of perks.
Definitely makes a tighter bond with us and the coaches. He gets to know us better, we get to know him better inside and out. So
I can't say enough about them coming out here on a Sunday and giving up their time, giving it back to the community. I think that is such a positive thing with these kids.
And while the camp was for middle school kids looking to play some flag football, it also helps continue to shape the future culture of the Mattia Valley football program.
We're trying to turn this program into a bully of a program. We're trying to teach that nobody's got it better than us, and we're going to go out and we're going to give it our best every second we're out in the field.
It may only be spring, but the Mustangs are already stampeding towards an exciting future this fall. Reporting for Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Kevin Jackman.
Girls Play of the Week, and this whole situation deserves some attention. Waubonsie Valley girls soccer facing off against Naperville Central. Waubonsie's lone goal came from Megan Burling in regulation, but then the Warriors goalie got hurt and they had to go to penalty kicks. Burling, the one I just mentioned who scored a goal, steps into the net to defend them in the sectional semifinal game. She has never played goalie before, but figured now is a good time to start. Not only did she help out the team by stepping in net, but she also made some incredible stops like this diving save. This incredible story warrants Burling to achieve this week's Play of the Week. We only have 2 more episodes of Naperville Sports Weekly left in Season 12. Can you believe it? Because I surely can't. Next week, we follow all these sports further into the postseason and hopefully to the state tournaments. After that, we have the very prestigious award show that I know I look forward to every year. As always, stay up to date on our Twitter and websites for sports throughout the week, and I'm sure I'll see you next week right here. As always, I'm Allie Coletta, and thanks so much for tuning in.